Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about egg laying and what you can expect from the girls based off their age and what the boys may or may not help with. So right here, this is a first egg from a 20-week-old pullet. She popped it out today with no issues, and she left it in the nest box for me. It's a little short, it's very wide, pretty squat, and it weighed 46 grams. So for the first egg, that's actually pretty good. She got it a little bit dirty, but there was no blood smearing. So I'm going to take that to mean that her bone spacing on the rear was plenty ample for her to be able to do this egg without any overdue stress on her body. It's really important that they're built for laying, especially if the eggs have this wider shape to them, because that can be a struggle if their bones are too tight. And that came out of this pen here, where there's a couple of birds growing out. They do have a boy. We'll check and see what the fertility is when I have that egg for breakfast. But you want to look for your girls to be getting really developed. They're going to bloom bright and red in the comb. And it was the most developed female in here that laid that egg. I'm going to include her picture at the end of the video. I don't see her. I think she's outside with the boy. But I'll show you her at the end of this. We have some other eggs in progress. And we have some other helpful boys. So we have Mr. Tornado. He pointed out the corner to her instead of the nest box. And she's going to go ahead and listen to him rather than me. But you're going to have that. But he's sitting there being super cute. This is the pen of old ladies. There's one hanging in the nest box, but nothing's there now. Over here we have another one in the nest box. Her pen mates are hanging out with her rather than being outside on this beautiful day. She's using the nest box like a good girl. Over here we have Tornado's other backup ladies. One in the nest box, one sitting nearby. Nothing laid yet. But I'm stalking them today because I have the time available. I'm doing chores, cleaning up, getting organized, and also watching these girls. Because if I can catch one in the act of laying, then I can label her eggs specifically, which is really handy when you want to keep an eye on your hatch results. These two girls with the bigger comb, the one by the door right now and the one in the nest box, they're full sisters. And they have pretty similar hatch results to each other. But it's nice to identify the individual. So that's how I'm spending my Sunday. Watching eggs get made. Watching to see which birds did what. And I was really happy to have seen the first egg coming out of this pen. Because she was right at 20 weeks old. She weighed in at 5 pounds, 12 ounces after she laid the egg. Mr. Tornado over here is prematurely singing the egg song. Usually it's a whole flock party when an egg gets laid and everybody sings about it. Sometimes they'll sing before it actually happens, like what he was doing. The girl that laid her first egg, she didn't say a word about it. I only know it was her because I watched it. And I didn't have my phone to actually catch the act of it. These other girls are going to be following in her footsteps, and she did have 2 other pullets hanging by the nest box with her. I guess that's flock support. But one of the indicators of a new layer, and I wish they were showing it right now. So she knows by watching the other females that the egg goes in the nest box. That's in full view in the other pens. So she visited every single corner in the pen, and then she got in the nest box, and then she went in all the other corners, and then she was pacing the fence, and she did that for probably 3 days before she actually climbed into the nest box and laid the daggone egg. But first she had to panic about it. And it kind of looks like when they really need to lay an egg, that's their instinct kicking in, telling them they need to find a secure location to put this thing. So she was pacing and freaking out before she finally put it in the nest box. Whereas these older ladies, they already know what to do with it. This is a routine. They know the drill. But the young ones, they have to panic first. And then they'll figure things out. Over time, the eggs will get bigger. I'll go ahead and put it in the nest box. You should totally put it in the box and not listen to him. Birds are quirky. They have to develop their routine. And you can help them by having the designated egg box, putting some dummy eggs in it, and that'll trick them into thinking that someone else already laid there. But watching their behavior, it can be pretty entertaining. Watching all this today, I haven't gotten a whole lot done. I got the hatch room cleaned out and sanitized. I wiped down all my egg trays. Getting set up for the next hatch season after doing the regular maintenance chores. And keeping an eye on these girls. Looks like that one's waiting in line for her turn. She's an active lay. That was the broody girl from last fall. She's one of my favorite chickens just by temperament. Which, you're not supposed to pick your favorites. But I do that too. But that's some insight into the laying stuff. If I find out more little tidbits to let you guys know about, I'll try to make a video. But keep an eye on this picture. It'll show you the lady, her weight, and her egg that she laid this morning. Otherwise, feel free to like and subscribe, and more on this later.